I used to stalk my ex's girlfriend on Instagram. I wasn't obsessed with him, and the breakup wasn't tough at all. Actually, I was the one who called it off. For the sake of this story, let's call him Ed. Ed and I met in college and dated for a year and a half before graduating. He was into music, and in the beginning I loved the way he talked about pursuing it. But soon I figured out that he was just a talker and not a doer. Everyone started to gear up for the next phase, as in what to do with life, which job to choose and where to settle. But Ed had no such plans. He was too laid back and depended on his father about his future. I, on the other hand, had always been a careerist. I wanted to become a writer, hence pursue higher studies. I told him that I'm going to apply for my PhD, and I'm planning to settle down in London. I asked him if he would like to come with me, because there are several options there if one wants to pursue music, but he gave me the same lazy reply that he will think about it. As the last semester came knocking at our door, everyone started to grab a job or internship or whatever they could. I too got a scholarship to a renowned university for my high studies. My professors and friends appreciated me for this big achievement, but Ed went all jealous and started to keep a distance from me. One day we went to a local pub and he was short on cash, so I pulled out my wallet to pay. Suddenly, he got all furious and started screaming at me. I got so embarrassed that I left the pub in tears. I was staying at his place back then. I stormed inside the bedroom and made up my mind that the next morning I'm going to leave this guy. Ed came home really late and really drunk. We had a fight again and things went out of hand. I left his house heartbroken and humiliated at 2 a.m. in the morning. I called a friend of mine and the next day left him a text that I was done with this relationship. A year went by and I shifted to London to do my PhD, but I kept following him on Instagram. A few months later, he posted a picture with another girl named Ashley, and that's how I came to know that she is his new girlfriend. I had no grudge against Ed, but I can't help but following Ashley. She is a pretty blonde girl, and I think she comes from a very simple background. Her most posts revolve around makeup and dressing up for parties. No hate or judgment, because she is also a woman like me thinking she found the man of her dreams. The first 4 months of following Ashley, I didn't see anything different. She used to post a lot of pictures of her and Ed, and I could always see them drinking and hanging around with people. But as time went by, her pictures changed. Or rather, her way of looking in pictures changed. She started doing loud and heavy makeup, which made her look like a creature from another world. Before, she used to put light-colored lipsticks and nude makeup mostly, but now she only wears blood-red lip colors, and the blush she uses is too pink to be called beautiful. I could tell she was trying to look different, or I don't know what was happening in her life. A week went by and I was trying to stay out of whatever I was doing. One day I was studying and making some notes for my research paper when I received a notification on my phone. I opened my phone and saw it was from Instagram. It was a post by Ashley. She was lying on a couch with plaster in her hand. What the... These people post anything and everything these days, I said to myself. I read the comment section where someone asked her what had happened to her, to which she replied, "I fell down from the stairs. Thank God my boyfriend was home. He's the one who took me to the hospital." I don't know why, but it felt like too much info to me. A week after that, Ashley posted a video flaunting her wedding ring, and I came to know that Ed and she is about to get married that too in London. She later shared a video of her doing makeup. That's when I realized I have to meet her to stop her from taking this wrong decision. Yes, marrying Ed is a wrong decision, because I could see he was doing the same thing with her that he did to me. The night Ed came home drunk and started the fight, I took a stand for myself. Eventually, he slapped me so hard that it resulted in bruises on my cheek. I haven't told anyone about this, and I didn't take a step against him, which I know I definitely should have. I kept following Ashley's every post, and one evening I saw her uploading a video where she's seen partying in a nightclub in London. I realized that this is my chance. I have to meet her. I drove to the club and waited in the car for her to come outside once. I waited for 2 hours and finally, at around 1 a.m., I saw her coming out. She stood on the sidewalks and lit a cigarette. I walked to her. "Ashley." "Yes? Do I know you?" "No, but I know you. I don't think you should marry Ed." "Excuse me?" "He hits you, doesn't he? That's why you have this loud makeup, right?" "I don't know what you're saying." She turned to walk away and I grabbed her hand. "Ashley, please, I'm saying this for your own good. You can't keep tolerating this guy." She freed her hand from my grasp and smiled at me. I was stunned to see her level of stupidity. She said in a calm voice, "Thanks, but I can take care of myself. Stay out of my personal life, please," and walked away. I came home with a sad face. After hearing her, I couldn't overstep anymore. I got married the next month and I stopped following Ashley. Time went by and I almost forgot about this too, when a piece of shocking news reached me. Someone posted on the Instagram page of our college about Ed's sudden demise. He died last week in his own home. Everyone knew he was an alcoholic. He drank too much one night and stumbled down the stairs of his house, hitting his head. His wife, Ashley, was sleeping in her room and didn't know until she came out in the morning. But it was too late for Ed. The college group posted about the time and venue of his funeral. I won't say I was happy to hear this news, because no matter what, a person's death is always tragic. But I felt a little relieved that Ashley got saved from his physical abuse. She also inherited Ed's property, and I was sure it would be enough for her to start fresh. I attended the funeral yesterday. Ashley was standing near the open casket, wiping her tears, while everyone consoled her for her husband's death. I went to her with an awkward face and said, "I'm sorry, Ashley, I didn't introduce myself earlier because..." She took my hands into hers and squeezed my palm, saying, "Thank you for your concern. Didn't I tell you? I can take care of myself."